A lot of good matchups tonight.
Going quick on third down. O'Connell throws. It's complete. Sauce Gardner tackles Adams 1 yard short. They've converted 22% of their third down opportunities. Wilson gets one here, but a flag is down. Garrett Wilson with the reception. Flag thrown at the line of scrimmage. Looks to be an offsides call. From the 33, little play action. And Wilson throws it to Wilson again. Garrett Wilson open space. Inside the 30 and down to the 26-yard line. Michael Carter, the back, 3rd and 13. Out quick and dropped by Xavier Gipson. And so it'll be a field goal attempt coming for the Jets. Thomas Morstead hold. Nice job of spinning the laces. And the Jets have scored on their first possession.
And that's not really what they want to do.
Stumbling there, keeps his balance, and throws. Davante Adams goes up, brings it in, and Adams down the sideline out of bounds at the 33-yard line.
Go to work, and he did. They had a great game plan.
2nd and 16, O'Connell's throw. Adams one-handed catch. Wow. Field goal from here is 47 yards. Hunter Renfrow in motion. O'Connell throws to Michael Mayer. Want to be too shy the first down. Marcus forward progress at the 23. This is a little bit different field. Daniel Carlson from 40. Knocks it through, and the Raiders respond to the Jets' field goal with one of their own. Crosby keeps his balance. 3rd and 4 for Zach Wilson. Will fire right side. Xavier Gipson's got it. Open for the first down to the 45-yard line. You see Randall Cobb is right there yelling at him.
He watched Aaron do that in camp. That's not, at this point in his career, what he should be doing.
Smoking out to Wilson on the left side. Garrett takes it for a first down to the 32-yard line. Watch Max Crosby rushing off the top. Wilson's throw is complete. Got some yardage to Tyler Conklin. A big hit there at the 35. Should be a season long for Zuerlein. It's from 53. Powerful leg. You'll hear it explode off his foot and hit the middle of the net. Division III Wheaton College. 8th on the depth chart, and he just hung around Purdue for a long time. He threw a pick there to Jordan Whitehead, his 4th of the year. And Whitehead keeps it alive and is out of bounds right around the 25. Both receivers the top targets tonight. Jets facing 3rd and 7. And a 4-man rush. Here comes Crosby, who got picked up. Wilson going to take off, get the first down and much more. Wilson to the pylon. He is in for the touchdown.
One look, throw the ball, check it down. He's understanding what his legs and mobility can play into this thing.
After further review, the runner stepped out of bounds. The ball was at the 3-yard line. It's a first down for New York. 1st and goal at the 3-yard line.
Raiders bring 4. Wilson's throw, tipped and incomplete. Michael Carter, the intended receiver. Adam Butler, part of the push. Greg Zuerlein from 30. And that is 3 of a kind. 3 drives, 3 field goals. Jets offense up. On the pass rush on 3rd down, O'Connell, very little time. Bump, fires downfield for Davante. No chance to get there. So much for what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Cook got 10, got a first down. He's got it again. And there goes Dalvin. He's excited to get a chance to run. Max Crosby. Marking is no gain officially. 3rd and 1. The back is Breece Hall. He's got it out of the gun. Not going to get there. Robert Spillane. Jacobs. First down for the Raiders at the 31-yard line.
Lock in. Jacobs told me this is the first time all season he's thought I'll actually be back next year.
26 carries in that first game against the Giants. And here he is with carry number 8.
They were trying to get that call, but then he just kept going in motion, which he's allowed to do.
43, O'Connell throws. It's the first one for Jakobi Meyers tonight. And Meyers keeps going. Journey ends at the 44, but it's a first down and a pickup of 13.
Which means you should be throwing to somebody on the other side.
Out of the gun, first down. O'Connell's given time. Fires in the middle. Adams gets it at the 25-yard line. Adams has been the target 8 of those 11 attempts. O'Connell decides not to throw it and will go down. Solomon Thomas Comes up with a sack. 3rd and 18. Little bit of time, but it runs out. And O'Connell's out of field goal range. John Franklin Myers busting through. And that Jets 3rd down pass rush, so impactful.
They're showing pressure. Let's see if they come out of it. They do.
3rd and 3. Here is Zach reading the field, running out of time, but running for the first down. And Moore has used his legs very effectively tonight. 2nd most rushing yards in his career. He's got 40 so far. He's got a pass in the middle, complete to Tyler Conklin. They chip him. Crosby's contained. Wilson flinging, incomplete. Intended for Alan Lazard.
Aiden O'Connell's made some of the same sort of rookie mistakes that we've seen out of Zach Wilson.
Pass complete to Davante Adams for the first down.
Pass rushers in the game for the Jets right now.
O'Connell throws sideline. Michael Mary's got it. Got a first down. There's a penalty flag down. As O'Connell was hit, Bryce Huff was coming in. He's got the pass rush in. They're going to run with Jacobs. They've got timeouts. He only gets a yard as he stumbles down. 54. Daniel Carlson's got it. And the Raiders match the Jets, each with a field goal.
Job one is don't lose the game if you're the Jets quarterback.
In the 9, Crosby looping, Zach Wilson getting out, taking off. Takes a hit right around the 20-yard line. Well, he's got 3 for 56.7 so far here tonight. There's another one. The 55, DeAndre Carter from the 23. Sideline run, Carter inbounds midfield. And the Raiders will have their best field position of the night.
No question, one of the best man-to-man players in the league.
Backing off here as O'Connell scans, comes back to the left side, finds Jacoby Myers, who gets 8 yards to the 37-yard line. Field goal from here is 55. A little pop to Jacobs. To the edge for the first down. There, Munford was trying to get out there for the block. Jacobs did it on his own. After the loss of 8, it is Jacobs on the edge. Nice job here. They're trying to get Jacobs outside to get him some room to run. Renfro in motion. Hunter Renfro right to the line on the tackle by Whitehead. Spot's going to mean a lot. Got to get right to the 24. Old. Just line themselves up on side. Jacobs, hesitation, power. Think he got far enough. First down, Raiders.
With help that side.
Wanted a penalty, didn't get it. O'Connell throws for Davante Adams, who wanted a penalty, didn't get it. Good from 41, good from 54, and from 40, squares the game.
On the offensive side.
75, Garrett Wilson pressured by Coots. Did he knock it out? He did. I think the Jets got back on it.
They've been going to Davante Adams a lot, despite the fact now there's safety help.
17th carry for Josh Jacobs. This is best of the night. Jacobs in the secondary. Jacobs at the 20. Fumble the football out of bounds. Raiders will keep it. Jacobs in motion. Fake to him. O'Connell looking. Throws to the back. It is caught. Mayer for the touchdown. Too big, too good. Raiders take the lead. Michael Mayer. Firing it in. Famous Jet fan made the trip. Deep drop Wilson. Tries to get Hall. He's got space. He's got a ton of space. Breece Hall sprinting. Where were the Raiders? 35 on that. As he gets out of bounds around the 40-yard line. From the 40. Wilson. Gain of 13, first down Jets at the 27. Gotta go. Just in time. Raiders rush 4. Zach Wilson escapes, but Divine Diablo is waiting and limits the gain to a yard. Greg Zuerlein from 45. Right down the middle. Quinnen Williams in there for the Jets. Pitch Jacobs to the edge. Oh, big hit by Quincy Williams. Let's see that mark. They're running down the line of the 35, and that would be a first down.
And we'll find out right now how it goes.
No Jacobs. Amir Abdullah the back. 3rd and 8. The throw is complete. Austin Hooper is short of the first down. 4th and inches. They'll hand it. And it's a run around the edge. And the first down for DeAndre Carter and more. Credit to Bo Hardegree. On 2. Jacobs back in. A yard and 2. Michael Clemens the first hit. Oh, hit 3 or 4 or 5 or 7 or 8.
And this offensive line, that was fantastic.
6:14 to go. Jacobs inside run. Dancing and darting on his 25th carry of the night. Did that ball come out? Oh, the Jets look like they have it. The Jets have come up with the turnover. So here are the Jets with 6:08 with a chance. And Zach Wilson stepping out, flinging it across. Allen Lazard is heard from to the 42-yard line. Zach Wilson from the gun. Little side sling. Breece Hall with his speed to get the first down. Divine Diablo. 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Wilson slides it complete. Held on to and stretching is Conklin. 2nd and 10, Raiders bring a blitz. Zach Wilson runs away and throws it complete to the 27-yard line. To Conklin, couple shy of the first down. 3rd and 2. Here comes the pressure, the sidearm hit.
What a catch.
Wilson hangs on at the 22-yard line. Popped by Merrick. Zach Wilson throws in traffic. It's picked off by Robert Spillane. Spillane taking off. He's down at the 40-yard line.
See if they can hit something in behind it, a crossing route, something in the middle of the field.
Deep drop for Wilson. We'll get it to Conklin, see how what he can do. Trying to force it to the 30-yard line. 10 to 29, a lot of bodies left to unpile there. High snap handled by Zach. Crosby coming in, Wilson throws it. In the middle, Conklin at the 45. They've got a timeout. They're not going to take it. Raiders have a couple of timeouts if they want to set their D. They don't take them. Zach Wilson running to buy some time. Now looking at firing down towards the end zone. It's out of bounds. So can the Jets join the win on the last play group on this day. Pressure comes. Wilson has to escape. Crosby chasing him. He's got to get some space and momentum to heave it. Now he does. Downfield towards the end zone. It is incomplete. No flags. Game over. Raiders win. Garrett Wilson came flying over, trying to get his hands on it. Did not. And Antonio Pierce is 2-0 as the Raiders head coach.